Hey YouTube, and today I'm gonna be reacting to Storybooth's Mean Mom, and let's look at the real stories animated. Yeah, that's what they do.
There are people in our lives that make us feel safe and loved and respected. And then for some of us out there are people in our lives that are supposed to make us safe and loved and respected, but they don't do their job. My entire life, I've had a wonderful father who has made so many sacrifices for me and taken care of me so that I could have a better future. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about my mother. From a young age, I was always ridiculed, teased, and taunted by my mom. And whenever I did something wrong, I wasn't properly sat down and disciplined. I was yelled at and smacked even sometimes. I grew up with a very low self-esteem because my mom would say things like, "You're terrible, I don't like you, I don't love you at all. I think that you're a big burden to this family.
Who
What
flippin'
sin
says that
could I
to
have
the
possibly
child?
committed to have had you as a kid?" And she thought that all of these words would just brush over and that I would realize that she somehow didn't mean them. But she said them so many times that I don't think she doesn't believe them. In fact, I'm quite sure that she means everything that she says. And as a result, it has lowered my self-esteem and my self-worth, and it has made me do things like cutting and inflicting self-harm.
Don't do that.
As a young adult, even now, I suffer with this. Of course, I've stopped inflicting self-harm, but I have struggled with my self-worth so much. Whenever I look into the mirror, I can't see a girl that I love and appreciate. I can't see somebody that is strong and independent. I see someone who's weak and who's been broken and shattered by a negative influence all her life. To those of you out there who are struggling because of some negative influence in your life, whether it be your parents or an ex-best friend or an ex-boyfriend or a bully or anything, please remember that you're not alone, that you don't deserve to suffer this way, and nobody should be able to say that to you. You are wonderful, compassionate human beings, and you have so much to offer this world. Don't let this negative influence take over your life anymore.
Oh my god, we totally jumped off the cliff and had to zoom all the way ashore.
Alright, so the second one we are gonna be reacting to is Bad Boyfriend.
When I was a freshman in high school, I met this guy at a carnival, and I didn't think he was cute at first, but me and him slowly started to become best friends. Eventually, we really started to hit it off, and we ended up really liking each other. For the first few months, everything was okay. We were in our honeymoon phase, and I really thought that I was in love with him. I slowly started to realize that he wouldn't let me do anything. He wouldn't let me go out with my friends. He wouldn't let me text someone that I knew and had been friends with for a really long time. He always told me that I wasn't good enough. This guy just put me down every single day, and I dealt with it for 3 years. And I never thought that it was wrong because I had never been in a serious relationship before. He caused a lot of depression and anxiety for me. He just got worse and worse, and I still was dating him. You never realize how capable people are of being evil. No, he didn't say stuff that people could see or hurt me in any kind of way besides emotionally. But being hurt emotionally hurts just as bad as being hurt physically. It ruins you just as bad. To this day, everything he said to me is stuck in the back of my head. But then I think, who was he? He was an awful person. And the things he said to me weren't true. It's taken me a long time to get over it. But finally, I found this amazing guy that loves me for who I am and would never say stuff to me like that. And I'm so thankful that I finally stood up for myself and broke up with him.
Alright, so the third animation which is gonna be the last animation on this list, is Abuse Story.
I used to know this guy. He was my mom's friend. And he was like kind of nice. He gave me candy and let me play his phone a lot. And my mom thought he could trust him. But one day, my mom had to go to the store to get barbecue and stuff. And so she had it left with me because I wanted to stay. And so when they left, her girlfriend was going to the shower to take a shower while he watches me. But it was not that good. He locked the doors and everything. And something went terribly bad. He did something to me very bad I did not want to do. I didn't want to tell my mom because he told me to not tell no one. And if I did, he would probably threaten me and hurt my family. So I kept quiet. My mom says, "What's wrong?" I said, "Nothing, it's okay." So then, after days and days, I've been worrying, trying not to tell no one because I was scared. At every school, I could not read, I could not talk that way, and they would be like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Oh, it's nothing, it's just that I'm kind of tired." Till one day, I told my mom the truth. She was like, "Ah, sweetie, is this true?" And I said, "Yes, I'm scared." And I started crying and crying because I had let it out. It kept bothering me so much, I had to let it out. It was like a big knot, so I had to tie it. When I told my mom, we had to go to the police station. They asked everything what he did. So I did tell them until they told me they would investigate him and that he was denying it. So I went to court then. The court was very scary because I had to look at him and my lawyer. The lawyer asked me questions, but I had to say yes or not like that. I was very scared. I was shaking and shaking and shaking till I dropped. It was kind of scary, but ever since I did the court, I let it out and it felt good to let it out. It felt like I was not in pain no more. And so I'm putting a bad guy in jail.